Hello, folks. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to Stay Well with Dr. Zorba Pastor.
And that is me.
That's right. He's right there.
Bum, 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 bum. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Glad I didn't make my money trying to sing because I would have failed. I'm trying to get that sense of rhythm. I'm working on my sense of rhythm, and I got that music, sense of rhythm. Gonna feel good, sing good, stay well.
I love all that stuff. I'm Carl Christensen. I'm sitting across the desk from the one and only
Zorba Pastor.
There he is. I like you announcing your own name.
How do you
now.
like it? That's right.
Folks, he just got back from Brazil. He was there
Brazil.
For a nice vacation in Brazil.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, my daughter-in-law's from Brazil. My son Zach and Louisa got married 20 years ago. This is my third visit to Brazil. I haven't been there in 20 years. We were there a couple times before. He and Louisa, he started an NGO, and then he and Louisa got married. I married them overlooking Sugarloaf Mountain.
Ooh.
It was wonderful. We had a bunch of people there, danced until the sun came up in the morning. That was wonderful. But this time we went to Brazil, went to the beach. 2.5 million people go to the beach in Brazil for New Year's.
That's right. You were there for New Year's.
And let me tell you,
there's pictures on Facebook.
Unbelievable. Let me tell you, I've been to Brazil during Carnival. I danced in Carnival with Penny. Let me tell you, that was wonderful. And we danced on the beach, but not the same as dancing in Carnival. But let me tell you, you're celebrating with 2.5 million other people, and it is awesome. And the weather was great because it was like 75 to 85, and I came back to Wisconsin where it's not 75 or 85.
No, definitely not.
No, that's right side.
And listeners, like I said, if you want to look at the Zorba Pastor Facebook page, he posted a lot of pictures.
A lot of photos.
Maybe even video.
A lot of photos.
Is there
some
a video of you dancing?
Pictures.
Some samba dancing?
I was dancing, samba dancing. But I was in rhythm this time. I wasn't totally out. I'm trying to get into my rhythm stuff. I told my kids I want to learn to dance. And you know what? All four of them said independently, Dad, you've got other skills. Really. They don't think I have any ability to learn how to dance.
I think you can do this. It's one of your New Year's resolutions, right?
Hey, horseback riding, learning how to dance. Yep. I mean, both of those things together can make it the new me. Even at 78 going on to 79, you can learn new things.
That's true.
That keeps you young.
I love it. All right, let's talk about what we're going to talk about on the show. Today, we'll look at new studies showing common food preservatives are linked to cancer and diabetes.
Very, very important. Very, very important in relationship to the new upside-down food pyramid that's being put out that we're going to discuss. But I think when it talks about preserves, we have to talk about ultra-processed foods, what these preserves mean, preservatives, and then what you should do for yourself when you're eating.
Interesting stuff. Zorba will pick up the hotline telephone and help out a caller. That'll be nice. Stay around for that. We're going to answer a few listener emails. Actually, Zorba's going to answer those. When I say we, I'm really talking about Zorba.
No. It's the royal we. Like
the royal we.
It's the royal we. That's right. We're going to answer them. That's it. I'm going to ask you a question with each of those, of the emails. That's right. I'm going to ask you a question. It'll be a true we.
Okay, let's get to the true we. We're going to hear from the grammar cops, but not yet. We might hear from Stuart Smalley and some of his positive affirmations. Does that ring a bell at all?
Of course.
Okay,
Stuart
good.
Smalley?
We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
You remember Stuart Smalley?
SNL?
Yeah.
Of course. Come on.
All right. The phone number to call anytime if you have a question for the good doc, it's 608-492-9292.
That's right. 608-492-9292. We'd love to answer calls. Absolutely. Remember, you can email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com, and I will try to answer your email.
All right. Let's get right into it now, Zorba. There's some new studies out. This is fresh information that link common food preservatives to cancer and type 2 diabetes.
Now, first of all, I like the fact that you said fresh.
Fresh information.
You didn't say new information. You said fresh.
It's very fresh.
It's like fresh food. I love it.
No preservatives in this information.
No preservatives in the end. Well, I have to tell you, so preserving food is a big issue.
Sure.
It is a big issue. And I've gone to a number of developing countries throughout my life. Recently, I was in Brazil, which is not a developing country, but I was in India. And what happens is if you don't preserve food, you know what happens? It perishes.
It spoils, you're right.
Perishables. And the big issue with preservatives is actually as soon as you developed refrigeration, you were able to continue with foods and they would not, they would stay preserved longer. And then when we invented basically freezing, It was the same thing. So you could actually preserve some foods. Think about it. You can preserve beef for a year. Mm-hmm. I mean, before there was freezing.
Yeah, that's a big development.
What happened? That was a big development. So the development early on in humans was pickling. Pickling was a big thing, and salting.
Okay.
So salting
brining,
and pickling.
is that the same as
brining?
It's come back, hasn't it?
And pickling.
It's popular
it has
again.
come back.
Yeah.
It has come back. But in the meantime, as we industrialized our food, we began to use industrial products to actually preserve things. Sodium nitrate, and nitrate, which we know as in bacon, as in sausage and bologna. For years, we have known that has a cancer risk. How much of a cancer risk, we don't know. Now, before I get into these new studies, I want to say the issue with cancer is this. The longer you live, the more likely you are to get cancer. We know that cancer affects older people. Do you know why that is?
Why?
We don't know.
That was one of the questions right there.
That was one of the questions. That's it. You did very well.
A big nothing
The answer
burger
is
for me.
we don't know. Okay. We don't understand it. I mean, why do you not get cancer as a child, which is great? Why do you get cancer when you're older? Nobody knows the answer to that question. We've got lots of theories, but we don't really know. We also know that in an industrial society, people live longer. We just know that. And in a non-industrial society, they don't live long. We also know that since we've taken care of heart disease, we've reduced heart disease and stroke dramatically in this country over the last 50 years. At the same time, there's been an increase in cancer. Well, we don't know if the increase in cancer is due to the fact that there's a decrease in heart disease, or is there a real increase in cancer? Most scientists believe that there's an increase in cancer because of something going on in our environment. And these two studies show that this may be due to the industrialized food preservatives that are used. There was a recent cancer study published in the British Medical Journal that looked at 58 preservatives on 150,000 people starting in 2009. And lo and behold, that it showed that up to 17% of them might have a relationship with cancer, especially sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate, so on, which are often in sausages and meats. But the real issue is our preservatives like potassium sorbate, potassium metasulfate, sodium nitrate, acetic acid, and even sodium acetate, calcium propionate. I mean, I don't expect you to know all these things, whether or not these are actually the cause of cancer. And the answer is maybe. Maybe not all cancers. Maybe some cancers. So, Carl, what do you think the answer is?
Fresh food.
That's
Cook
it.
some meals on your own. Fresh food.
That's it. That's exactly right. The answer is fresh is best. Mm-hmm. And frozen is great too, by the way. Fresh food past its due date, where it's, if you go, to the fresh food counter and everything looks kind of wilted, you're better off with frozen food, by the way, that often actually preserves things more. But the answer is cooking by yourself using fresh ingredients, using the Michael Pollan, the great author's idea that if there are more than 5 ingredients in it, it's artificial food. I don't know if the number really is a magic 5, but the answer was once you get over 5, then you're looking at lots of preservatives and things. Now, what's happening with the food industrial complex? We talk about the military industrial complex that has to do with weapons. We have the food industrial complex. We have Lever Brothers, we have Nestle, we have Procter & Gamble. We have a lot of companies that actually make their money on foods that they can have shelf life all the time.
Okay.
Go to the store, just walk through the store one day and don't buy anything. Mm-hmm. And go down the aisles and take a look at all the things that are there, beautifully displayed in packages. So you look at it, labels you want to look at, and just automatically grab something, turn it around, and read what's in the label.
Lots of ingredients.
There's lots of ingredients,
yeah.
And there's lots of preservatives. And the real issue is we have to move more to, more fresh food. Now, there are a number of things that really upset me about the federal government. But the federal government has started to make some changes in what we eat that I think have a difference. So it's an upside-down food pyramid. Some of the things are wacko, like use beef tallow to do your cooking. And I thought, well, that's wacko. Where do you buy beef tallow anyway? That's ridiculous. On the other hand, the concept that we should eat more fresh food and we have to start to attack that, I think is really monumental. And why hasn't the federal government before this taken action in that direction? So I think the new food pyramid had some very good ideas in it. And we're going to talk about that at some time a little bit later on the show.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, preservatives may cause cancer. My guess is some of them do, and it may not be that you eat a little bit. It's that if you continuously eat food that is nothing but filled with preservatives and chemicals, that probably increases your risk for cancer. Fresh is best.
If you have a question for the good doc, the number to call anytime, and you can just leave us a voicemail if you want. It's 608-492-9292.
That's right, 608-492-9292. And remember, you can email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. And we've got a great website, drzorba.org. And I love to answer questions.
That's right. Let's go to the phones right now. Let's try to help out a caller in St. Louis, Missouri. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for making time and talking to me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You know, I used to be on St. Louis for years. I love St. Louis. I love going to the Arch. What I really love is the ravioli, the appetizer ravioli.
Ah.
Is it fried ravioli or baked ravioli in St. Louis? What is it?
Toasted.
Toasted.
That sounds
That's
amazing.
what it was. I mean, remember, there's ravioli, the little squares, they're toasted, and you dip it in this red sauce, and it's really. Have you been to St. Louis?
I was just going to jump in and say my 2 cents. We were just in St. Louis for my kid's soccer tournament, and we went to the Children's Museum that's downtown.
Never been there.
It blew our minds. That place is amazing.
Yeah, St. Louis has what's up.
Cool town.
So, how can we help you?
Well, I'm 72 years old, and I have been having recurring vertigo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I've been trying to find a cause or a trigger or something. 2 years ago, I had a massive vertigo attack like I've never experienced before. Really knocked me sideways.
Right.
And it lasted about, 10 days or so. I mean, really. So I went to my primary care. She did a few adjustments in her office. Didn't help, and promptly sent me to a physical therapist, as well as having an MRI.
So the physical therapist did something called Epley's maneuver, probably, where they moved your head from side to side. Is that what they did?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then an MRI to make sure there wasn't anything going on, like a tumor within, any tumor that was going on. That's what I assume they were doing.
Yep. And it finally subsided. I don't know how effective the physical therapy was, but I did a few sessions.
Sure.
Since then, I've just had an occasional vertigo episode, which might last, and I mean really random and not frequent.
Right.
But it would last for a couple days.
Not based on anything that you can see you're doing. All of a sudden, bang, it's there.
Yeah, and I was starting to think maybe it was related to dehydration because I do tend to get dehydrated easily. So I would, just guzzle water, and after a couple of days it would subside and I'd be fine. However, this fall it's become more and more frequent and lasting longer. In fact, it's really interfering with my daily life. I had to quit my Pilates class in October because I just couldn't do it.
Sure.
And I'm starting to think perhaps it's related to migraines.
Oh, well, it could be. It's possibly related to migraines. Sure. That could easily be a side relationship. Absolutely.
When I started with migraines years and years and years ago, it didn't seem to be a trigger. However, as I got older, I was starting to realize I was like a barometer. And the pressure would change.
Right.
I was
when
getting a migraine.
When the pressure came the migraine. I'm laughing because I am a migraineur. My first migraines I got when I was 5 years old, although nobody called them migraines. And and I know what you mean. The weather would change. Thunderstorm would come in and I'd get this terrible headache. As a kid, my mother thought, she would take aspirin and put aspirin in a teaspoon with water and then make me swallow it.
My mom did that too. I remember
aspirin and water?
She would do it with orange juice in a teaspoon and
your mother
smush
was
it up.
much nicer than my mother. Of course, my mother never told jokes like your mother. So the answer is it might be migraines or whatever's causing your migraines. That's part of it. But let's get back to the issue. So when you say it's happening more often, meaning how often is more often?
I would say every couple of weeks 2 to 4 weeks, let's say.
Okay.
And what really prompted me to call you this time is I just had another one of these knock me sideways migraines. It's been lasting for days.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing for your migraines? What are you on something for the migraines?
No, I use meclizine. I mean, I use Dramamine, but other than that, I just kind of stay as hydrated as I can and let it go. I have an appointment with an ENT who specializes in vertigo, but not until March.
Okay. I have a recommendation. So, first of all, there's something called Epley's maneuver. That's what they did in physical therapy. And you can do that at home by yourself.
I have.
When do you do it? Only when you end up getting the vertigo?
Yes.
I have a recommendation. You should do it once or twice a day, every day. That's the first thing you should do. And see whether or not Epley's maneuver will keep you from actually getting the vertigo in the first place. You know, it takes, if you go, and we'll put it on our website, Epley's maneuver, we'll put it on, it's a very simple thing to do. You look it on the website, there basically are 4 different positions. Takes about 3 minutes to do in the morning. I would do it twice a day. I would do it in the morning when I get up, and I would do it at night before I go to sleep. And I would do that automatically and see what happens. And you may get, number one, you may not get a benign positional vertigo, which is what you're getting, because I get that on and off periodically. Let me tell you, I started, first time I had it was probably 25 years ago, and it was really awful. I mean, I would sit up in bed, and the world would spin, and I'd lay down. It took me 2 or 3 times to actually sort of get up, went to, like my wife said, why don't you go to a real doctor? She said, I mean, you only play a doctor on the radio, on TV. Why don't you go to a real doctor? So I went to a real doctor, said, you've got benign positional vertigo. Did the same thing, MRI scan. Don't worry, you're not going to die tomorrow. I went to physical therapy. They put on this special glass on, this little eye things to tell me which way I should turn my head. They could never tell. I've since figured out it probably doesn't make much of a difference. And we've got a theory as to the fact that you've got these little things called phleboliths, this calcium deposits that are in the wrong place inside the semicircular canals, which is how we develop balance. We kind of have an eye theory that what we're doing is getting this sort of little calcium deposits into the right place. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not true. All I know is that Epley's maneuver prophylactically might keep this from happening for you. So before you've got your appointment, don't cancel your appointment. I would do Epley's maneuver in the morning, in the evening, number one, and see what happens. That's number one. Number two, are you taking a multivitamin every day?
Yes.
Okay. Are you taking vitamin D3, not D2, D3, 2,000 milligrams of vitamin D? Are you taking calcium?
No.
Okay, I would take 1,000 milligrams of calcium. That's what I would do. And then I would also go take a magnesium tablet. I think that's a good idea. A lot of people need magnesium, 300 milligrams. There's standard magnesium tablet you can buy at Walgreens, Walmart, everywhere else. I would just take a calcium and a magnesium. Doesn't matter if you take them at the same time. I would just do that every single day, automatically. That's what I would just do. I would do all that, and I would do Epley's twice a day. See what happens.
Okay.
And because you've got this appointment set up. And the other thing is, I would move out of St. Louis into a place where you don't have barometric pressure changes, and that would mean Palo Alto, California, which is rather expensive, more expensive than St. Louis, or go to the Los Angeles part and go to where the Rose Bowl is, which is... where's the Rose Bowl?
Pasadena.
I had to think for a minute. I got only Palisades. Pasadena has the minimal amount of changes barometrically in the entire United States.
I'd never heard of that.
I know people who have moved there because it has less barometric change. You didn't know that, did you?
I had no idea.
Yes, it's a fun
I always
fact.
learn something.
But I just want to tell to you, but since you're not going to do that right away, try the Epley's. Seriously, and see if that works. And then let us know. But I think doing that prophylactically may actually be very useful. And even if you got rid of it 50 to 80% of the time, that's going to be much, much better for you.
Sure. Okay. I'll give it a go. Whatever.
Whatever, exactly.
Okay.
So thank you
Yeah.
for your call, and really let us know. Give us a call back in a couple of months. I'd love to know how this is happening and whether or not you've decided to change location of where you're going, where you're living.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't have
Okay.
toasted ravioli.
They don't.
So that's the downside. Thanks a
All
lot.
right.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
You take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for that call. 608-492-9292. You can call anytime and leave
Anytime.
a message for
Anytime.
Zorba. He'll
Anytime.
answer it. He'll try to.
I love answering questions. I love emails. Ask Dr. Zorba at gmail.com. That is why I'm here, to answer your questions. Call us, email us, and go to our website, drzorba.org.
Let's answer one of those emails. And when I say let's, I mean Zorba will answer
It's
this
sweet.
email.
No, let's answer. I
Let's
like
do
it.
this.
Come on.
We will answer
that's
this.
it. We will answer the email.
The following question came from Mary from Jackson, Wisconsin, who writes, "Hello, Zorba. We have followed your show on NPR for many years and are so happy you're now doing this podcast.
Cool.
A few episodes ago, you mentioned an over-the-counter nasal spray that can lessen COVID symptoms. I didn't get the name of the spray and the dosage. Would you be able to give that to me again? Thank you."
You bet. Astepro is the name of the spray. ASTEPRO. There is no generic, by the way. Got it by the name brand. No generic. Other nasal sprays do not have the same thing in there. You can't use the steroid nasal spray, fluticasone. You can't use Afrin, which you're going to use for 2 or 3 days to shrink, the generic equivalent of that, Astepro. And that's because there was a recent study that showed that it actually might reduce the risk of you getting COVID. Fascinating study, and it may keep the virus from actually latching onto your nasal mucosa. Now, Carl, as you know, I traveled recently.
You travel quite a bit. Just look at the Facebook page.
Travel
You're
quite a
always
bit.
traveling.
I do travel quite a bit.
People are commenting, by the way, on the Facebook page, and they're saying, "Can you please slow down? We love you, Zorba, but we don't want to lose you."
I have been traveling quite a bit. I'm kind of turning red now and embarrassed,
You're
I've
always traveling.
But hey, I travel economy. I don't travel
good.
first class. I don't use even premium economy. I go economy. I get into my seat. I'm a little guy, so I can get into my seat. If it's an overnight trip, I take drugs. Yes, I do drugs. They're legal drugs. I take legal drugs. Go to sleep at night on there. But anyway, getting
Listeners,
back to-
he just got back yesterday from Brazil, and we're recording right away more
That's right,
podcast
that's right.
episodes. You just don't stop.
I do have energy. But when I was in Seattle, I got sick. And I believe I actually got the influenza, the subvariant K.
Oh.
That's what I think happened to me. So here it is. Let me paint the story, because I'll tell you why I think the Astepro is important to me. It's the middle of the night, and all of a sudden I'm nauseous. Now, I happen not to get nauseous. Prior to this, I do not remember the last time I vomited. Literally, it was probably 25 or 30 years ago. I said, "Oh my God, I'm nauseous." I got up. I didn't make it to the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
That hasn't happened since I was a child.
Wow.
Now, I wasn't drunk. I was nauseous, and it was like projectile. It
boy.
was like, oh my
That's
God.
a bad bug right there.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish the story. It's the middle of the night. I'm in the basement of my daughter Dee Dee and Nicholas and the 3 kids upstairs. And I went there, and I feel awful, and I've got this stuff I have to clean up on the floor. And I said, I got to clean this up, even though I'm sick. So I'm cleaning up and get everything together. It takes me about 15 minutes. I go out and get paper towels, feel better. I get into bed. Half an hour later, same
Oh, no.
thing.
No.
Same thing. The same thing happened. I said, oh my God, where is my life? Then it takes another half an hour. I'm waking up. I clean up everything. Morning comes, and I talk to my son-in-law, Nicholas, and I told him how sick I was. I actually felt a little bit better, but felt feverish. He said, I bet it was influenza, and it's exactly right. I got the influenza shot. It doesn't work as well for the sub-K variant. So I went out, got Astepro, the nasal spray. It says once a day. Use it 3 times a day. Do not use it once a day. And I felt better in 2 days. Not 100%. Not 100%. Nasal symptoms went away. Nausea went away. I think this is an amazing thing. Now, keep in mind, the drug has been available by prescription for about 10 or 15 years. Guess how many times I prescribed the drug?
How many?
Never.
Never.
I didn't think it was very good.
Oh, really?
It was a topical antihistamine. Why do you want to pay $18, $20, $25 when you can actually get an antihistamine over the counter for hardly anything? But the data in the recent study on COVID show that it may actually reduce your risk of getting COVID. So, long story short, to answer the email, it's Astapro nasal spray, no generic, 1 squirt 3 times a day.
Okay.
If you have influenza or COVID. And if you want to keep from getting COVID, if you're in an environment where you're afraid of COVID, use Astapro once or twice a day, because the studies now show that may keep you from getting COVID. And if you get it, may reduce your risk of getting long COVID.
All right, that's good. Good answer. Good answer, Zorba. Isn't that what they say in Family Feud? Good answer. Good answer. I've been watching that a lot lately, actually.
I'm back
into Family
Feud. I've not watched it in years.
My kids love it.
Family Feud?
It's fun.
Oh, your
Steve
kids
Harvey,
love it.
the host, is hilarious.
Your kids?
He's great.
Wait a minute. Your kids are young. How old are your
They're
kids?
7 and 10. They love
so
it,
the
though.
7 and 10-year-old love
They
Family
do.
Feud?
They love Family Feud. I don't know why.
Oh, God,
Maybe
I
it's
wonder
the
why.
ding, like the little thing flips
ding and
around,
everything.
and they like the noises. I don't know.
How did they get to it on TV?
We're just flipping around, I guess. We still flip around, believe it or not. Channels.
Flip around
the channels.
You said,
Does anyone
hey,
do
Dad,
that anymore?
stop on Family
There's
Feud.
Family
That's
Feud.
right.
Let's do another email. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
You're ready. All right.
Absolutely.
This question came from Scott, who writes, I'm extremely grateful that Dr. Zorba came back with his own podcast. However, please, that's 2 pleases, make longer episodes. I often listen to the podcast if I'm having a difficult IBS night. Interesting. He helps me relax.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Yes. Get this. He helps me
We know
relax.
where he is.
And 20-minute episodes are just not long enough for me. I love that Zorba's an IBS treatment.
I love it.
That's great.
I love it. For the people who have IBS, please, they want a longer podcast.
Well, remember we prescribed Zorba's Laugh for a lot of things.
That's right. That's right.
Now
They're
we're prescribing him for IBS.
Well, my thought was people want shorter podcasts. Maybe I'm wrong.
You know what?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Full disclosure, this is not the only email about having longer episodes. And I've seen, when you scroll through some of the Facebook comments, it's been mentioned, like, hey, let's have longer
podcasts.
So I want to throw, listeners, I have not posed this yet to
I thought
Zorba.
people wanted shorter podcasts.
Maybe people are still used to the hour-long show that was on public radio, and this is jarring.
I
don't know.
We had lots and lots of listeners on public radio, or maybe people just like longer podcasts. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not against it.
Who knows?
I'm not against it.
Yeah. I mean, they have, since we started this,
All right,
they've been getting
for it.
longer.
Okay. Yeah, we have been getting,
They've been getting longer,
They have
for
been
sure.
getting longer. Right.
Yeah.
We started with 15 minutes and now we're up to 16.
Some of them are even,
You like that?
It's just
You
1
liked
minute.
it. I like the way
I
I
didn't know you were
delivered
going
it.
there,
You liked
yeah.
the way I delivered it. It's the delivery that counts.
That's right.
Leah Sidran said to me, "What's the most important thing in comedy?"
What?
Timing.
Of course. Weren't you supposed to say timing, like off time, or like?
I was supposed
isn't
to do
that the
something,
joke?
but but that's okay. I still got you to laugh. And
Okay.
that's what
You're
counts.
just trying to give me a laugh.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Longer? Should we go a little longer? Maybe.
Yeah, for
okay.
sure. Yeah, I like it.
All right, Scott,
I like
we're gonna
But
try
I'm still
that.
not going to be happy with IBS. I don't want IBS, even though I'm
Attached
going to
to your
get
name.
longer. I am not looking to get IBS. That's it. But
All right.
thanks for your comment. We
Love
will
it.
make them longer.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they should only be. We've always kind of talked about this behind the scenes. They should only be as long as they need to be. Sometimes they're
yes.
shorter than
Right.
others.
No.
We don't try to stretch them out or
No.
anything.
Some answers are short, like yes.
Yes. All right, have a healthy living question for Zorba. Just post it
Like
on
with
our
your
Facebook
kids.
page.
Why did I say that? Because.
Because,
right,
that's- yeah, it's as
Why
long
are you
as it
doing
goes.
that? Because.
Because I'm your dad. That's why.
Anyway,
yeah,
call
go
us
to the-
at
yeah, call.
608-492-9292. I worked to get that number with AT&T.
You did.
608-492-9292. Took a while. Took me
It's a good
several
number.
times.
Just keep
It's a good
dialing
number. Even
92.
I can remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, just keep on dialing that. 608-492-9292. I love answering questions. Call, send us an email, askdrzorba@gmail.com, and stay in touch and tell your friends about the podcast.
Absolutely.
Just Coffee Cooperative is a worker-owned, fair trade, and organic coffee roasting cooperative in Madison, Wisconsin, dedicated to a model of commerce based on transparency, respect for labor, and environmental sustainability.
That's right, Zorba. And we both love their coffee, and we drink it all the time.
Absolutely.
One ingredient, no flavors, no additives, just coffee.
Use code ZORBA10 for 10% off your entire order on their website, www.justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee Cooperative. Justice from the grounds up.
Okay, Zorba. Remember the old radio show that we used to do? We just talked about
Yeah,
it.
the
actually.
old radio
The
show.
old
You mean
time
old time radio?
Yeah.
Old time radio. I listen to old time radio, by the way.
You do? Oh, you love it.
I listen to it before I go to sleep. So I listen to detective shows.
Oh, sure.
I get this in Audible, 100 detective shows.
Oh, cool.
I listen to a show. It's a very strange. It's a show about an insurance adjuster. And
That doesn't sound very
It
exciting.
was in the 40s, and he went around the country, but it's not true. It's all fake. It was a show that went 5 days a week for 15 minutes. The name is Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
That Wait a sec. Can I say something? When I think of entertainment,
Yeah.
I don't think about insurance
No,
adjusters.
you're
Like,
sure, yeah, Johnny Dollar. And I don't know. I happened upon it, and the show was popular for about 5 years.
Okay.
And they were 15-minute episodes, 5 days a week, where he would go. They would say, "Johnny Dollar here," and it would say, "Johnny, we've got a boat that went down in the middle of the Mississippi River, and we don't want to pay money for the boat. Can you come out and investigate it?" And he would investigate all these fake insurance claims. And you know what this shows you? It shows you how bored people were in 1943 that they wanted to talk about insurance. So you know what? It's a great show that puts me to sleep.
Oh, that's
The
what it
real
is.
problems are I have comedy shows like Burns and Allen.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to stay up and listen to the
Right.
comedy.
You want something boring.
I can't listen to that to go to sleep, but I can listen to other things. And there is something else. If you have trouble going to sleep, let's get into insomnia for a second. I'm
Okay.
gonna go. Quite often, I have a little trouble going to sleep at night. Some people set up a noise machine.
I do,
Like
yep.
all of my children.
White noise, yeah.
You have a noise machine?
Yep.
Noise machines don't do much for me. You know what they sound like?
Just
I
breathing.
just find it. And I think, what am I thinking about? All I'm hearing is,
Yeah.
or water. If I hear water, I want to get up and go to the
I
bathroom.
do ocean waves sometimes.
Ocean
I
waves.
like it, but it's
How
got to be
about a
quiet.
rainforest?
That one's too. I feel like it's going to make me go to the bathroom, so I don't do that one.
Yeah, the rainforest. But ocean doesn't make you go to the
I
bathroom.
don't know why. The waves. I love the waves.
The waves.
It's just not rain.
Well,
can't
what
do
I
rain.
like is boring material like Confucius.
Oh, I remember you talking about this
boring
before.
material like Confucius.
Yeah.
But now I've gone from Confucius to other things on LibriVox or on Audible. But I find it extremely useful in terms of getting to sleep. And it's not, I'm not an anxious person, and I really don't have trouble in, people say they can't shut off their mind. Well,
That's
my
me,
mind
yeah.
never shuts off.
Okay.
When does your mind shut off? When do you sit somewhere and nothing is in your mind?
If I'm watching a terrible show or something, sometimes that's nice
Well,
to
when
just
you're
like
watching, but
glaze
when
over.
was the last time you sat down and nothing was in your mind? We're talking about nothing.
I don't know.
It doesn't
That's
exist.
good. Yeah.
That you'd
good
have to be
question.
the Dalai Lama.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
You'd have to have meditation in order to experience nothing. The brain is always moving. So old time radio or something like that. Something when you go to sleep, if noise machines do not work, get some old material and look for something boring that would put you to sleep when you went to school. Now you're going to read something.
Yeah,
to me.
I don't know. We just got
It's a
derailed
different
there.
topic,
This
yeah.
is actually all right. We were talking about the old time radio show. That's how we got into this. Remember, we used to do the Grammar Police. Remember that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This is the Grammar Cops. Remember the Grammar?
I
This
like
is
the grammar.
yeah.
Card.
This-
Where's the music?
Oh yeah. Sorry. This is the Grammar
for
Cops.
it.
Here's the music.
We got a grammar situation here. Grab a cop.
I love this. I love it.
Your grammar. Grab a cop. Watch your grammar.
Watch your grammar, folks.
How about punctuation? Punctuation cups.
If you could have seen listeners Zorba just dancing to that right there, you would have liked that.
Yes.
He's bopping his head.
You know what? I've got to do that on YouTube. I've
Yeah.
got to do the Grammar Cop dance.
That would be great.
You have
Come
to
up
make
with
it a
the
little bit
dance.
longer.
Yeah, okay.
The Grammar Cop,
We'll do an
instead of-
extended
Instead
remix
of the
on that.
mashed potatoes. You never did the mashed potatoes. Did you do that as a kid?
I know that song. We don't need to. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about actually Zorba. This is from not the
You're
Grammar
getting-
Cops.
We're getting off label.
I'm supposed to stay on track here, and you're derailing me.
Go ahead.
This
You're
is
off
from
the rails.
This is not from the Grammar Cops.
Yeah.
This one's from La Polizia della Grammatica. Yep, that's the Italian Grammar Cops.
Okay.
So, have you heard of them at all? I don't think we've ever heard
Nope,
from them
I
before.
like their food, but I haven't heard of them. Okay.
All right, this is
go.
from listener Carol,
Carol.
who writes, This is a Grammar Cop's informational pronunciation moment. Why do we say spaghetti instead of spaghetti? Why is that a hard G instead of a soft J sound in Italian? Why does cello have a ch sound instead of a hard K sound in Italian? In Italian and English words that come from Italian roots, C's and G's followed by E or I have a soft sound like cello or giraffe. And of course, cappuccino.
Giraffe comes from Italian?
I think these are just words. Or gelato.
Gelato comes from Italian.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the words you
How
know.
about pizza?
Carol continues. I got to get through this. Please let me get through this. To make the C or G have a hard sound after E or I, Italian
This is
uses
getting really
an H.
complex.
Can you keep track of this? I'm
Go
going
ahead.
to make a diagram
Uses an
for you.
H. Okay.
Yeah, uses an H. Hence, zucchini, gnocchi, macchiato, or spaghetti. I should have said spaghetti. Yes, that's right. Maraschino cherry has a hard K sound, as does bruschetta. Do you say
bruschetta.
bruschetta instead of bruschetta?
Do I say bruschetta?
I don't. I say bruschetta, and that's wrong.
I
for
don't know
sure.
what I say.
It's bruschetta.
I know what I eat, but I don't know what I say. If it's really good.
Okay, let me finish this one.
Bruschetta.
Yeah.
No, I
Carol-
say bruschetta. Is it bruschetta?
It is bruschetta.
Oh, I say bruschetta.
I say bruschetta too.
I say spaghetti, though. What should I be saying?
She's saying you should say spaghetti, but I don't think
Spaghetti.
Italians say
I
that.
don't think anyone would understand.
I'm just getting
it.
more and more confused right now. I
that's
feel
it.
like.
Yeah,
Should I
go
finish
ahead.
this one? All right.
Yeah, please.
Carol finishes up. So head
Is
to
she
the.
Italian?
I don't know. I don't know. So head to the restaurant Cento. Try not to feel.
Cento.
You've been there. That's in Madison.
Yeah.
Try not to feel vastly superior to the poor people
Vastly. I can say that
with
word.
no grammar cops in their lives who pronounce it Cento.
Cento.
Sip a nice glass of Chianti,
Chianti,
while
Chianti.
you correctly
Well, Chianti.
pronounce all the Italian
I
menu
don't say
items to your
Chianti.
waiter.
I say Chianti.
Chianti, see?
Yeah.
Did we learn anything from this email?
Well,
I mean,
I'll
it's
tell
a
you
good
something
email,
I
Carol.
learned.
Thank
When
you.
Penny and I moved to Nova Scotia, we stayed on a street, and we were asking people, where's the street Agricola? Agricola.
Okay.
And the answer was, it's not Agricola, it's Agricola.
Oh.
So
Agricola.
nobody knew. It took us, I remember, a long time to find our street because he said Agricola, and people looked at us as if we were Italian, but it was Agricola. We were in Nova
that.
Scotia. And then Leicester Square.
Okay.
Leicester Square in London is Leicester Square in London is spelled Leicester Square.
Leicester.
So I mean, there's
so much.
There are a lot of things when it comes to language.
Zorba could go
it's
on and
difficult.
on about this.
It's
I
enough.
feel like.
It's enough. Anyway, send us
Yes.
if you are a grammar cop.
There you
If
go.
you're a member
You
of the
can take it
grammar,
from
please.
here.
We want to hear from you. 608-492-9292. And I pronounced that correctly. And
You did.
Ask Dr. Zorba at gmail.com. I got the K in there. Ask Dr. Zorba. I didn't say ask. I
No.
said ask Dr. Zorba at gmail.com.
Please don't
and we've
ask
got a
Dr.
website,
Zorba.
drzorba.org.
Okay, Zorba.
Okay, Zorba, the K.
We
You did
love.
the K
That's
well.
right. Wow, we're still stuck on
Yeah.
this. We love getting emails from listeners, as we just heard, and we work hard on this podcast to make sure we're presenting factual, science-based information
Right.
in an easily digestible format.
Yes.
That's kind of been the North Star of this podcast.
that is true.
Right.
We're not doing this just for fun.
No,
I
it
mean,
is fun.
We are doing it for fun, but actually, we're doing it for fun so you listen to us, and we actually are then. We're then doing good medical information. I mean, the whole idea behind it that years ago I call infotainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's information in entertaining form. Seriousness. If we were just here talking about studies and lists, we would turn people off, or more importantly, we wouldn't turn them on to be able to listen to good information, because our goal is actually to give you good curated medical information that you have trouble getting, because I don't know, you know how much junk there is on the web. You understand that. But the reality is we give stuff that is scientifically based. That's the goal. It's not based on the latest fad. It's not based on what the latest celebrity says. It's not based on some of the absolute garbage bull. I didn't use the secondary word for bull. I could say bullshit, but I didn't.
Hey, it's a podcast.
But it's not the bullshit that's coming out of Washington. A lot of it is terrible and fake. Our goal is to give you good information so that you can use it, and then you can talk about it. Then you can also do the research yourself. And I think that's an important part of medicine, and you can make the best decision for you and your family.
Well put. Very well said. It's funny what I'm following this up with after saying all that very intelligent stuff you just said. So we get a lot of emails, and I say we. Zorba loves answering these emails and loves helping people out.
But it is, Carl. It is we.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really underselling myself today.
Yeah.
But now and then, we just need to pat ourselves on the back with a positive affirmation that Stuart Smalley would appreciate. Do you remember Stuart Smalley? We talked a little bit about.
That's right, affirmations
From Saturday Night Live.
SNL.
Yep.
He was great.
He had that catchphrase. He was Al Franken played him. His catchphrase was, "I'm good enough. I'm smart enough.
That's right.
And doggone it,
People like me." Yes.
It's all coming back now.
Yeah.
He had a really funny line in one of his sketches where he had these really hilarious phrases. It's easier to put on slippers than to carpet the whole world. Oh. You like that one?
Was that
was
Stuart Smalley?
He came up with that.
That was great.
One episode he said, "You need a checkup from the neck up." He had some great stuff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, listeners, I'm going to play a little clip for you. This is Stuart Smalley.
Daily Affirmation with Stuart Smalley. Stuart Smalley is a caring nurturer, a member of several 12-step programs, but not a licensed therapist.
I'm going to do a terrific show today, and I'm going to help people because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Zorba, you should start every show with that. I'm going to do a good
enough.
show.
I have joked and riffed on that so many times. I'm
great.
Good enough. I'm smart enough. And damn it, people like me.
I like that you put a swear in there.
Well, you got to put a swear
Why
in.
not?
Otherwise, you don't
Stuart
listen
wouldn't
to
swear.
We don't use the F-bomb. Yeah,
No,
but
we
I
don't.
swear.
You swear.
I like to swear.
Yeah.
I feel good about swearing.
It's a release.
Yeah, my mother never felt. She never swore.
You never heard your mom
Never.
swear? Ever?
Never, ever. And when I swore, it was ivory soap time. And let me tell you, it was
She'd
ivory
wash your
soap,
mouth
not
out?
in my hands. No, she'd shove a bar in my mouth. It wasn't liquid ivory soap. I could still taste it.
Wow.
Happened 2 or 3 times. Yeah, ivory
Yeah.
soap, especially ivory soap along the teeth as it's going into your mouth. That's part of it because it doesn't come off right
It's
away.
hard to get that taste
God
out, I
bless
bet.
her.
Wow.
I can still remember. Have you ever tasted soap?
I think I might have tasted
No,
soap.
think means you haven't tasted. If you don't remember the taste of soap, many of our listeners who are older remember the taste of soap in their mouth.
That's a parenting choice. I love that.
Let me tell you, it's a parenting. It was a non-violent
It was
parenting.
a different time.
It was different than time out. It was
Yeah.
time out for soap.
Okay, I got to read this email. The following email came from Linda in Carmel, Indiana, who writes, Dr. Zorba, thank you for continuing to be a voice and presence in my podcast lineup. Your wisdom and wit will always be welcome. I can see that with the current administration in power, you especially have to be a watchdog. And I'm sure you're going to make a great pit bull in this arena. Thank you again.
Well, thank you. Thanks very much. And yes, I want to visualize myself as a pit bull because there's so much bullshit coming out of Washington these days, like Tylenol during pregnancy causes autism with no evidence at all. That's absolutely dumb and stupid and takes away a woman's right to be able to take care of pain when she's pregnant because ibuprofen we know is bad for the baby, more likely to cause miscarriage, more likely to cause bleeding and stuff like that. When there's no evidence for that and all of a sudden that comes out, somebody's got to take the reins and say, that's bullshit. There's nothing there. And getting rid of a lot of immunizations for our children, saying, well, in Denmark, they don't get many immunizations. Give me a break. In Denmark, they also have socialized medicine. So you can go to the doctor anytime you want to. You can go to the dentist anytime you want to. They also have better nutrition and nutritional programs in Denmark. And also, there are only 4.5 million people, fewer than in the state of Wisconsin. And it happens to be a homogeneous population. They're 4 million and we are 4.5 million and we are 345 million. And all of a sudden, RFK is pushing that on us and taking away your right as a parent to get immunizations because the federal government says it's not necessarily. Insurance companies don't have to pay for it. That's bullshit. That is dumb, that is stupid, and that's why we should take action. Who would have ever thought that we'd have somebody in Washington who says science doesn't count, that celebrities can't count? And let's not forget the fact that RFK made, I don't know, $10 or $20 million on spreading this bullshit around the country, and now he has power.
There's the pit bull, folks.
Yeah, you can see I'm angry about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Wasn't a Stuart Smalley time.
no. But hopefully people still like you.
They still like me because it's not public radio and it's a podcast. I'm allowed to swear.
You can do that.
I can be in touch with my true self, which is occasionally
I still like
swear.
you. I still like you, Zorba.
Thank you.
Well put.
Thank you.
Have some feedback for Zorba.
I think people listen to public radio do occasionally swear too.
They do.
And a lot of them got soap in their mouth when they were younger.
Have some feedback for Zorba. You can post it on our Facebook page. Call the show at 608-492-9292, or you can send us an email.
AskDrZorba@gmail.com.
Well, there you have it, Zorba. We what did we learn? We learned a lot
We did a
today.
lot.
We learned about
We did a
food,
lot.
new studies on food preservatives linked to cancer and diabetes. You helped out.
Information.
Yeah, very important stuff. You helped out a caller with Vertigo, covered emails about nasal spray,
Correct.
the COVID
Right.
nasal
Right.
spray, and we talked about, are we going to make these episodes longer? We'll see.
Right. Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll see what people think.
Yep.
People like it? The answer is yes. Absolutely.
Okay. You helped someone out with insomnia, and we heard from the Italian grammar cops.
That's right.
Felicia.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, there you go.
Spaghetti. That's right. Pizza. How do
Yeah.
you pronounce pizza?
That's right. And we heard from Stuart Smalley, who apparently triggered the pit bull to come out of Zorba.
It did.
Which was nice.
Yes, that's right. It is. Actually, Stuart Smalley triggered the pit bull to come out of
kind of
me.
the opposite effect,
Concerning
you'd think,
the
right?
opposite
He's such a
effect.
calming
That's right.
presence.
Yin and yang. Yin and yang.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
right. Yin and
So
yang.
if you have a question for the good doc, call us anytime at 608-492-9292.
And email us at askdrzorba@gmail.com. Spell it out, askdrzorba@gmail.com. And our website, drzorba.org.
Yeah. And then what should people do?
Stay well.